So are we on time or how are we doing?
Being a woman in Hollywood is a real-life adventure.
It's raining. Come on in. It's really raining. It's raining.
By the way, I love the fact that you're covering your hair.
We're here on the set of our latest production, The 10th Date. Less than 4% of feature films are directed by women, and less than 20% of television movies are directed by women. And this specific production is both written and directed by a woman, and it stars mainly women.
Here we go. And we're rolling.
And action.
I never looked at myself as being a girl as an obstacle. I was the first woman that was hired in business affairs at Universal. Every office was a man and a secretary was in the front. This was old Hollywood. I never used my femininity towards getting ahead, but being one of two girls in the room could also be an asset. But you had to be careful on how you use that asset, especially if you're in a group of very, very bright people. But if you can be as bright as they are and also be a girl, kind of, you're getting a little bit on the edge.
This is our third date, and I just wanted to do something special.
Oh.
I just wanted to take
I had been labeled blonde ambition. I wouldn't take no for an answer. I would hound and hound and hound to the point where I got the answer that I wanted. And luckily, that enthusiasm made me stand out. And that was ultimately the story of Forrest Gump. You know, for 9 years, we had that book. And I just knew Forrest's story needed to be told. And I wouldn't take no. Bob Zemeckis came in to direct it. Bob had his real boys group. He had a cinematographer, he had his line producer, he had his production designer. Everyone was a man in that group, and I was the only girl. I learned so many lessons making Forrest Gump. And ultimately, once you have those guys on your side, they're carrying you like you're Cleopatra. When we were lucky enough to win the Golden Globe, I gave what I felt was a very moving, lovely speech. And the following day, my two kids came to me and I said, "So guys, what do you think?" And they said, "Mom, we waved at you and you didn't wave back." And it really kind of burst my bubble because basically they didn't care what awards I had. They just thought it was cool Mom was up on the TV and I had no acknowledgement with them. I don't think you can have it all. I think to expect that everything you have will be of equal success and of equal importance all at the same time is a dream. Just at the moment where I'm coasting and I have to go on location or I have to go meet with an important person, that's always the moment where your kid gets sent home from school sick, or you're having the total breakdown and you've lost the cast that you want, is the moment where your family surprises you and does something that you never expect. And when one gets to that age where you do have kids and a career, often your career will be the one that will be sacrificed because of it. We'll talk about that later. The way that I manage juggling all of that at the same time is taking the feeling that I have and infusing that feeling of being overwhelmed, hopefully into the characters of stories who we're telling. Because if we're telling really honest stories about women, you don't have to tie it all up with a bow. There are some women that were very helpful to me that are known to be nurturers. There's Dawn Steele, Sherry Lansing. These were women who were great with other women and they owned their femininity. I personally don't feel that women are always supportive of each other because they feel like that may diminish my chance of getting that spot. I don't look at anybody I work with really in terms of being a man or a woman first. I look at what they are as my coworker. But I just expect everything out of a woman that I would have of a man and vice versa. A lot of the time we have men who are making these decisions of what women should see and how women should be entertained. I remember when we got Meryl Streep to be interested in the part of Miranda. She is not known as a comedian. And we had a lot of people who didn't feel that she could do it, primarily men. And I remember getting a phone call from a very, very, very high-level agent who said to me, "You'll never be able to make that work with Meryl Streep. She's not funny and she's not this and she's not that." That in itself drives you to show them they're wrong. I think that comes with maturity, to know what to fight for and what not to fight for, and knowing sometimes you don't need to be immediately right and ultimately be right in the end. Think about what your long-term goal is and let the little things slide by. I think there are some female Scorseses already out there. I just think that we're gonna have to continue to support them, and that will enable the next generation to have the strength and the perseverance to go ahead and hopefully achieve what we have.